Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Diablo 3. And on this episode, we're going to be continuing where we left off. Now, we're playing our solo campaign with our Crusader, and we're going through the Legacy of Cain. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty cool quest so far. I like it. It's just, I'm not sure where it's taking us just yet. We're going a little further into the dungeons. We're actually getting some pretty good loot. Ooh. What's going on here? Are we fighting somebody special? Yeah, we do got a special guy there. Couldn't quite see through it. Not quite sure what was going on, why he said that, other than maybe the fact that he is a Crusader and when he's in the presence of evil or something along those lines. What's flashing over here? Oh, I think that's freaking out on there. Let's go ahead and loot this dead villager. A lot of dead villagers in here. I don't know what they were doing in here before this happened. This is a really nice place, though, if it was just cleaned up and, you know, properly maintained. Now you can see the shadow down there below. That's where it's gonna fall when I hit this thing. So I don't want to hit that just yet. I'm gonna leave that there. Let's look up here, see what we can find. There's another lance right there. The little there's a bookcase. Let's go back here and check out the bookcase. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of gold. Definitely worth the trip over here. What about this? Don't want to go down too far. That's exactly where we want to go on the map. That's why it's flashing. So let's go back here and make sure we didn't miss anything at all down in this area. Let's see. Can we hit that? Yeah, holy crap. That is actually not where I was thinking it was going to land until I saw it earlier. I do like how it like leaves the ashes and stuff on the ground there. That's I love that. I actually love that quite a bit. Okay, so we're going to continue down into the next part right here. Checkpoint reached. I don't know what that means. If we die, this is where we spawn? I don't think so. We'll have to see, though.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this wedge hold. The skeleton king?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
No, come back. Oh, so they're actually not attacking him. Wow, okay, so they started attacking Cain and they're like, no, come up here and kill this guy who's just watching, even though our orders were to kill the other guy. That's kind of strange. I'm glad they did, because it sucks when you have to rush down there and try to save somebody and you know that they're going to die any second.
Take it, Cain! Back to your grave!
There you go, punks. Bring it! There we go. Area effect. Oh, yeah. We got a big guy. Suck it, punk. Oh, you're gone. You're gone. Yep, that's right. I got your loot, and now I got some new equipment. Let's check it out. Boots? 8 armor, 7 intelligence. I really don't need the intelligence as far as I know, unless that's based off of my power or something like that. Don't really need it. A recovery does go up, but yeah, it's not really worth it, I don't think. What about 13.3 damage per second? Yeah, I think we're going to use that. It's one-handed as well, and it's going to give me more range. And I like the way that looks, actually. I look more like the class that I'm playing now that I have that range than I would otherwise. So let's look around. Let's make sure we don't miss anything. We got some bookcases over here. Nothing in them, unfortunately, so that wasn't really worth it. What about down here? Nothing? Ornate door. Can we go inside without zoning?
This cannot be opened yet.
Okay. I was kind of, you know, hesitant to push it because I didn't want to zone and have to run all the way back here to try to get here. Let's see. We're going to talk to him.
Oh, thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
Your niece asked me to find you, and I agreed.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
His voice, the character we're playing right here, he is very, very familiar to me. I'm going to have to look that up because I think I've heard that voice in movies.
We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
Okay, well, I definitely will, but while we're here, and we're in a new area that I haven't seen before, I'm going to look around a little bit, punk. Try to get me distracted without coming over here and getting some good loot. Now, I have noticed that while I'm playing it on normal, it's a little bit easier, a little bit less loot than I found on other playthroughs. So these are areas that I'm clicking on right now and I'm not finding anything. You're like, oh, it's not worth it for me to go over there. If you play on harder, you're going to find more stuff in them. So it's not really that big of a deal. And I definitely would suggest going off and getting those secret pieces. Although at some point, you're going to be playing the game and going through and just worried about the big bad guys and the big chests that you can get off of those. So I understand that.
I rescued the old scholar and learned from him that a creature called the Skeleton King stands between me and the star. But not for long.
Okay, so we're after the Skeleton King here, I bet. Now let's look around. Let's just do a quick glance since we come back and we did get a new video clip. I'm not going to run inside. I'm going to wait until the quest starts and then I'm going to run inside. But I'm just doing a quick glance out here and I'll sell to the merchant real quick.
I've dug up some new things for you to take a look at.
Okay, so we know we don't need any of this stuff. We've already looked through it all, so I can sell it really quickly. Let's just toss this stuff in there. I'm going to keep these 2 pieces. I think we're going to use those quite a bit. Repair, I still don't need to do that because I haven't died. Let's close that down, and we will come back over here really quick. Say something new. Oh, it's so bad to see that guy still plugging away. Oh my God, how many episodes do you guys think he's going to be doing that for? Quite a few, I would put my money on. Let's talk to Lay.
Uncle, you're alive.
Thanks to you and your friend here.
It was my duty to help. Now, I would know of the falling star.
The prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
Nothing stops the crusade.
Okay, quest complete. What did we get out of that? We got gloves, 15 armor, 12 vitality, monster kills grant 1 experience. Well, not the greatest amount of experience out of that, but I bet you they're probably better than what I have on. So let's look at that. Yeah. Wow, 4 armor to 15. I do lose the life regen, but with that kind of armor, I mean, I can't bypass that. The armor is just going to get better and better, and at some point you just have to get rid of that stuff. So let's go ahead and talk to Decker Cain and see what he has in store for us.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
Then I will be the cure.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts. Leah, you should not dismiss the signs so lightly. Do you not believe the evidence of your own eyes?
Horrors have visited Tristram before, and it endured.
But what of the texts? The Zakharum tomes warn of a falling star. The Herodric scroll spoke of the dead rising, and the Lord of Lies. The prophecy of the end days says that at the end of all things, the first sign shall appear in the heavens.
Yes, you've been telling me about the texts since I was 8 years old, Uncle. I just don't think we should read too much into them.
Well, if you lived the life he lived, you would be a lot less, quick to dismiss his little signs there. Because he did, man, he had a horrible life that first time around in Diablo 2. I mean, I understand that not a lot of it was happening to him in the sense that he was being tortured himself. Although I think that eventually did happen to him, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was eventually tortured at some point. But, he witnessed so many horrible deeds that has to affect him in some way, that when he sees this stuff...
You know what would take everyone's mind off their troubles? One of Theodos's great comedies.
I've seen one of them. 2 men dressed as women, screeching at each other and tearing their bodices. Huh, a Jimmy right up.
Glad to hear it. Rehearsals in 3 hours.
Okay, yeah, I somehow doubt they're going to be doing that. But let's talk to the villager.
Cleared out the old town and rescued Deckard Cain? I'm never betting against you again. Was it the Skeleton King meant to be dead? I mean, I know he was dead, But wasn't he supposed to be really dead? He should have the decency to stay dead. Again.
Okay, well, you can't argue with that, right? I mean...
Cleared out the old town
Okay, you're
and
done.
rescued...
Will Leoric's spirit never rest? Why was he cursed so?
Well, we did get something new out of her.
Did you know that King Leoric had his own wife executed? Terrible, terrible things happened when he went mad.
Okay, so there's some new voices. No, same thing from them. Let's go in there and check out Leia's room, see if there's anything there. Leia's room. Oh, a new book. Part 3.
Uncle Deckard is home, rescued from the clutches of the Skeleton King. I'm so glad. But the Skeleton King, I thought he was a folktale. The idea of Mad King Leoric returning to torture this place. Hasn't Tristram suffered enough?
Well, yeah, I would definitely agree that it has, but since when does that stop something? You know, like you just got to deal with it because that's what's going on. And I bet she does. I bet she does. You know, pull her weight here. Now this is something we haven't been able to get past.
Items that I'm certain you'll love.
Bet you will, because I haven't looked at anything you have.
Promise me you'll take good care of whatever I sell you.
Well, no promises on that one. Oh wow, 50% more recovery on the gloves I was wearing before. And they're right. I mean, the 4 life per second is amazing, but I just can't pass up that kind of armor, to be honest, because at some point I got to replace that with even better stuff. So, I mean, I could go with the lower stuff, but I'm right in the front. I'm a tank.
Spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending the wounded.
What? She was out defending the gates this morning. What is driving that woman?
Well, no sleep for her, apparently.
Did you hear? Old Rumford has us down to half rations. How are we supposed to fight if we're starving?
The rest of the town is down to quarter, including my wife. But you can quit if you want.
Yeah, well, there's no belly aching anymore, right? It's too dire of a situation. Well, let's see, what can we do in here? I don't have any usable pets or wings. What do I have? Every adventurer should be framed in style. Okay, so I already have the frame. And I don't have any of that. So I need to get some collections in here somewhere. Don't know where you get that. We got artisan. Yeah, we'll talk to them. Let's see. Let's do talk.
Geldo, how sweet of you to ask. My people, the Vetchin, are nomads, always traveling, looking for the land we might settle. All of us have the sight, but few have it as strong as myself. You know, men have always pursued me for my visions. Well, for things other than my visions. But everyone wants to know what the future holds.
My future is known. Travel the world, redeem the Zakarum faith, live as a Crusader, and die as one.
That's not a future. It's a punishment. You should stop to enjoy the wine. Find a good woman, perhaps.
Okay, wow. Jeez. Okay, let's talk about the nature of the world.
The world is constantly renewing itself, eternally playing out the same events over and over again. We can merely play our parts.
The more you speak, the less you say.
I speak clearly. Do not blame me for the state of your mind.
Yeah, well, he wasn't impressed either. You know, I get what she's saying, but it just seems like that is the character. You know, it's so cliche, but it works. It's just they could have done more with it, I think, with the character development. Maybe they will. Maybe somewhere further in, that character comes to life a little bit more than it is right now. Let's see. We don't need to do any of this yet. We do need to train it at some point, but I think we're going to hold off until we get the blacksmither, because that's one that I'll probably be doing more than anybody else. Yeah, which I think was... it's not down there just yet. Okay, so let's come down here and talk to this guy.
Are you Hadrig? Deckard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
It is a hard burden you bear. I will help.
Thank you. Follow me.
Don't tell anyone, but I've got some new items you really should see.
What is it, the black market? Let's talk to some people before we go down there. Hopefully he doesn't get too over his head before we get there.
You think you're some type of hero, here to save us all? The dead will feast on your bones as easily as they will ours.
Okay, well, Mr. Pepto over there does not have any faith whatsoever that we're gonna beat this. I would, you know, looking at this guy, he's so big and he has so much equipment on, and he's done so much since like the 4 seconds of him showing up. You might actually give him a little bit of credit. I don't know. We do got a ferryman out here.
Sorry, the ferry to Wortham isn't running. Can't take anyone anywhere with all that's happening around here. It's not safe.
Okay, well, it's nice to know that that's probably something we're going to use in the future once we get to a certain stage. Although I've never used that one, so I don't know where that leads. Be interesting to find out. Let's look at the merchant.
Sure, I may do business with some unsavory types, but I pass the savings on to you.
Wow, look at that, guys. 54 armor, 18% to the chance to block, 13 to 18 block amount, which is the same that I have on mine, but still plus 6 strength. Monster kills grant 4 experience. That's pretty nice. I like that. You know what? We have the cash. I might as well just go ahead and get it. And we're going to put that on. And we're going to sell our old one. And let's see. What about our belts? Nope. That's not going to be it. What about over here? Recovery a little bit more. Not too much. We're going to hold off on that. Toughness and recovery a lot more. Regenerates 4 life per second. Regenerates 3 life per second. 3 life after every kill. Well, that's tough because I do like... we're going to hold off on that. Let's see. Repair. No, we don't need to do that. We don't need to buy back any items. But yeah, I do like the fact that
this
you can...
This gate is locked by order of the captain.
That you can regenerate just standing around rather than in a fight. Although at some point in the future, I imagine the amount of fights that we're going to be getting into is going to be near constant. So it's going to become one in itself. Which, you know, shouldn't make that big of a deal later then. But let's see. We're going through here. Looks like we are. Oh, come on.
I'm sorry.
Do your duty, blacksmith, no matter how hard.
Oh, he doesn't need to do it. Let him chill in the back. This is going to be hard enough for him to see, let alone be part of it. Jeez. I'm leaving a 1 just so it could be the one that he has to kill.
Forgive me.
Oh.
Hedrig, help me.
Oh, seriously? His wife has to be like the big bad guy? You knew it was going to happen, but man, that is rough. Dude, everybody in this place is like cursed so badly. Okay, let's talk to him.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
You owe me nothing, friend. But I would welcome your aid in my quest to find the crown of Leoric.
I can help you there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
Okay, and we got quest complete. Experience received 2,275. Gold received 1,110. So that's not too bad either. Let's go ahead and get complete on that one. Let's look at our inventory, see what we got. Gloves, you know, it's close. You can see that toughness goes down quite a bit, almost 30%. Increased gold and health pickup. No, we're gonna avoid that one. What about the weapon? Nope, that's not good either. We're gonna avoid that one as well. Yeah, sometimes we get lucky and we get some really good stuff. Other times, not so much. This was a rather easy dungeon. Not too much in here. We didn't have any extra loot other than killing the wife of the blacksmith, which I feel horrible for doing. Let's go over here to the northwest gate, and we're gonna bust through. Apparently, we don't need no orders, right? We're just kicking it open. Who's gonna stop us, right? Except for the 2 guards who were clearly standing there. Yeah, they're scared. They don't want to come out here. I mean, come on. Who are you gonna say no to? The guy who's willing to go where you're not, or the guy who tells you to stop the guy that's willing to go where you're not? Like, this guy's willing to go out here and fight zombies while everybody's inside cowering. You're not going to stop that guy. You're going to be like, yeah, I'll look the other way, because if you're willing to do that, thank you. Thank you so much. And please don't kill me, because you're clearly tougher than I am. You know? Like, that's the kind of mentality they're doing right there, where they just kind of look the other way and let you through. So I understand it. It's just kind of weird how 1 second it was locked and the next it's not. think some pretty good loot there. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna kill these guys off real quick, and then I need to look in there and see what we get. We still don't have any left. Okay, so we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way, the slower way. There we go. Jeez. Oh, we got a name guy up there as well. Let's give it a second. Let's give it a second for that to come back while I look in here and see what did we get. A veil crystal ×3 obtained by using black. Oh, so we've already gotten that before. So it was just something nice to use later on when we're actually making equipment. Now I haven't actually done that yet, so I don't know. Oh no, I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Who did that? Is that what his little special power was? Yeah, it traps you in there. That's interesting to know. It's kind of disturbing as well. I don't really like that because if he gets you trapped in there, man, that could be disastrous. Yeah, especially when he does moves like that. Let's go ahead and use our... I bet you he's going to explode too. He has to. It just seems like that was... Yep, there he goes. Using it again. Come on, die. Oh, yeah, run. Yeah. Boom, baby. Jeez. That guy was pretty tough. But interesting. I like how there's a little bit of challenge there. That it's not just the same for every mob where you just run up to it and just click on it and it dies. You actually have to be a little careful. You have to think these things out. And I do have some of my other special abilities that I haven't really been using too much. But at some point, I do want to go through and try some of those out a little bit more. What did we get in here? Oh, we got a new sword. Let's kill these things off real quick. And then I will check that sword out to see what we got there. In fact, I can do that here right now. No, not even close. Not even worth my time. Look at that. That was really horrible. Come on, give me some better stuff, guys. Let's see. Now, I want to know from you. Did you find a lot of good gear here when you were coming through the very first time? What was the class that you intended to play, and which one did you actually pick out after you got a little bit under your belt, a little bit of experience, and you found, you know, that you prefer one over the other?
During the last days of King Leoric's reign, even the skeletons of the ancient dead could not rest. They took up their broken armor and weapons once more, ready to cut down anything that yet drew breath.
The blacksmith's apprentice. Yet another innocent falls.
Well, that sucks. So we lost one guy there. Let's see what we get down here. Now, it's kind of interesting when you find little tidbits like that and you actually learn a little bit more of the story. The blacksmith apprentice dying really doesn't change the game anywhere, or by any means, but it's interesting to know that not everybody's surviving this. The people who are cursed that have these like horrible fates are actually the lucky ones. They're the ones who survive. Everybody else just dies. And so that really puts it in perspective. It's actually a lot worse than you would imagine. It's not just people being cursed. It's misery in every sense of the word. And I wonder if you can kill those birds if you get anything special. Or if it just turns into the chicken thing in Zelda, where like a gazillion birds show up and just start wiping the floor with you. Let's see. We're going to come over here. Now, I am kind of going back and forth across the map, trying to make sure I don't miss anything, that I find all the crates, and that I get all the experience that I possibly can get. Because it makes games like this so much easier when you take the time to level up a little bit more than you should be. Because if you rush through and you only kill the stuff you have to, at some point the game's going to slow you down because it's going to be like, nope, the enemies are just too hard because you didn't take the time to level up and get the skills you needed, or put points into certain powers that really benefit you in the right order. So you made mistakes the very first time you come back and play the game, or not come back the very first time you play the game, period. And it's not until you go back and play it again and again and again that you're able to create like that perfect character. But even then, you still have to slow down every so often because the mobs are just getting so much tougher than you are, and you won't have any choice. Now, let's see. These guys, I love it how they explode in like one hit now. Yeah. Oh, come on. Now I gotta kill these things all by myself. Jeez. I like that area effect one. I think I'm gonna try going for more area effect spells in the future when I have the option to do that. Granted, this guy probably kicks some serious butt when he's like right on top of people, but he does take hits pretty hard, and so if I can avoid that, I think that would probably be the best decision. But if you played this class and you know what maybe the technique I should try using, or which one's going to help me out the most, or which ones downright do not work, then by all means, hit that little comment section and leave me a little notice down to let me know, what your opinion is on the subject, because I do want to try some of the different ways out of playing this class. So the one that just occurs to me is try to do range, because I always try to be as cautious as possible so I don't die. Because, you know, in the old games, if you died, sometimes it was permanent. You know, you had to start over from scratch. That's not the way it is in this one, so you can be a little bit careless, but overall, I usually tend to try not to be, just because that's the way I've, you know, kind of become accustomed to playing video games. We need to come back down, because there's still a lot of this area over here that we haven't discovered yet, haven't looked through yet. Now, what we're looking for, find the cemetery for the Forsaken, is right up there. You can see it flashing on the map. We found it, so we know exactly where we need to go. But I just don't want to miss anything. I don't want to, like, forget to get some. Oh, see, like right there, we got another one of those little crystals. Not ideally, you know, the best stuff in the world, because I can't use it yet, to my knowledge. You know, maybe if you're a little bit more familiar with the game, you can use items like that right off the bat, and you probably have the recipes for it. So, you know, it can make a difference for you, but, you know, if you're just starting, and unfortunately my other character is actually on seasonal, which means I don't have access to the bank, to the vault, that little crate in town that has all those little goodies in there. And I wasn't planning on using them, but when I found out that I couldn't use them, that was kind of disturbing, because it took the choice out all the way completely forever. And like I said, I wasn't planning on doing it, but, you know, when you find out that you can't do it, it kind of changes things, because you're like, well, what happens on my next character where I might actually want to do that? I just have to be aware of it, I guess. So level 7. I think I opened up a few. Yep, Shield Bastion unlocked. So there's definitely something to look at there. And I think we're going to start the next episode with that. We're going to go through our skills. I'll do it in between this episode and the next. Look at them myself, and then come back and, you know, to give you a little brief overview of, you know, what I found in there, and what we're going to go, what paths we're going to choose, and show you any of the new interesting ones that might be in there, because I like to show those off. A lot of people will get in the pattern of using the stuff that's the strongest or the most efficient, and they just never will go back and try any of the other ones out. So I do kind of want to spend a little bit more time checking out each and every one, even if it's something that I'm not going to end up using in the end, just to give it a chance, because you never know. Try different patterns out, and you may find, you know, a new, you know, overpowered, you know, whole way of going about your character, which is pretty cool that this game can be like that. Okay, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to leave those comments below. Like I said before, I do want to hear back from you and find out what you guys enjoy seeing and what you want to see in the future, as well as hear your questions. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and I will definitely catch you all next time.